So, you're lazy all season and you haven't done the Master Oracle Challenge. Lucky for you, I put in the work, put in the hours to get this tutorial put together for you. I also heard that dropping a sub will dramatically increase your chances of dropping a god roll on your next time lost weapon, so make sure you do that. Shout out to Ogata for winning the $20 Amazon gift card giveaway that we were doing. That was announced in previous videos. I'll also talk about the future of this channel and content heading into Witch Queen in the description, along with why there hasn't been any new content in this channel for over a month of time. Besides that, let's get into the content. Going into this encounter, you'll have a much better time doing this challenge if your team is made with Warlocks with Well of Radiance and Phoenix Protocol or Titans with Bubble and Helm same 14. Survival is going to be your biggest challenge, or you don't want to be the blueberry that dies 3 times throughout the encounter. If you have to run Hunter, you'll probably want to run Orpheus rigs and top tree tether so you could tether adds and make as many orbs as possible for your superior teammates running Warlock Bells and Bubble Titans. Nice. There may be other things that work, but I believe that these are the simplest and easiest classes for experienced and new players to use, which will make a lot more sense when we get to the location section of this video. For weapons, I found it best to run Xenophage, a fusion rifle or sniper, and an overload weapon. If you don't have LMG, goes boom. You can get away with using a linear fusion rifle or a sniper with whatever heavy weapon you prefer. Just keep in mind that these weapons won't one-shot oracles without some sort of damage buff. For armor mods, I always suggest having Taking Charge and Protective Light on a Void armor piece for survival, then double Sniper Resist or Sniper and Void Resistance. Other than increasing your resilience, all other armor mods don't really matter to me. If, for some reason, you don't have a weapon, mod, armor piece, or whatever was listed here, just use whatever you're comfortable with and work with your fire team to figure this out. The concept of this challenge is simple. Throughout the entire encounter, you cannot break the same oracle twice. For example, if you break Oracle L3 at the start here and then break it again at the very end, you'll have a fate worse than getting rickrolled. To avoid this, you should assign everyone in your fire team a starting oracle, then rotate oracle duties after each wave. For reference, I have a layout of the room and locations of the oracles, which are mainly for the handful of blueberries that are watching this video that for some reason have never touched Vaulted Class. If that was you, don't feel bad. Everyone was a blueberry at some point in time within their Destiny experience. Just remember that you could always trust any Sherpa whenever they try to show you a secret chest. Before the encounter starts, you'll want to assign yourselves a starting point or starting oracle. Since there's 7 oracles and 6 guardians, someone will always watch over R3 and R2, since they're the easiest 2 to see from the place that we'll be hanging out at, which we'll get to in a moment. After each wave of oracles, your oracle duties will rotate clockwise after each wave. For example, if you start with the middle oracle on the first wave, you'll cover L1 next, even if you didn't shoot that oracle on that specific wave. Doing this will help avoid running into a call-out situation where everyone tries to figure out what oracles they're shooting and have already shot on top of the ad clear. Keep in mind that you still need to shoot these oracles in a certain order as they come up. If you know how to shoot oracles in order, you can skip to the location section of this video. For those that don't know how shooting oracles work, the plan is simple. There's an audio cue that sounds like this that signals an oracle spawning in. If you see your oracle when the sound goes off, you'll shoot it based off of how many times you heard that audio cue beforehand. These oracles will show up, despawn, and show up again in the order in which you need to shoot them. On the 3rd time they show up, they all spawn in at the same time, which is when you will start shooting them. For example, if you see your oracle on the first sound, you'll shoot yours first. If your oracle comes up on the 2nd sound, you'll shoot yours second, and so on. It also helps to call out whatever oracle you have whenever it comes up. Now, there's 2 ways to know when exactly you can break your oracle. If you break an oracle, you can call out 1 is broken, or 5 is broken, or
our table is broken!
All jokes aside, you could keep an eye on the text feed in the bottom left where it states when an oracle is broken. After each wave, an extra oracle comes in that you have to keep track of until the 5th and final round with 7 total oracles. Now, there's fire teams that will rotate and hang out around oracles they want to shoot. There's fire teams that try to hang out and have a cheesecake party and spam wells to survive in this cheese spot. For this video in particular, I want to show you that hanging out in the back of the room where the rally flag is the best area for everyone to hang out at. With everyone close to one another, survivability is much easier, and if someone turns into a Jimbo and dies, you got 5 other Chads around you that can get you up in a heartbeat. This also allows you to share team supers like wells, bubbles, and tethers on ads that would be trying to run up on you while taking care of oracles. On top of it all, you can shoot each oracle with a ranged weapon when hanging out in the back, especially with Xenophage. The only tricky one to shoot is L3, but you can see it and shoot it standing from the back spot right here. To summarize Master Oracle Challenge in a nutshell, everyone will have a starting oracle or pair of oracles with R2 and R3. From there, everyone will hang around the back, clear ads, snipers, and overloads like no tomorrow, and focus on their oracles and what order they need to shoot them. After each wave, everyone will rotate which oracle they need to shoot while hanging out in the back. The meta builds will be Warlock Wills with Phoenix Protocol and Bubble Titans with the Helm, but Tether Hunters with Orpheus rigs also put in work. MG Go Boom with a fusion rifle or sniper rifle for special, and an overload weapon of your choice. Protective Light and Taking Charge will offer you the best survivability throughout the encounter. That's a wrap for this video, but for those that want an update on the future for this channel and why it's been over a month since my last upload, check the description. Make sure to like and sub for more luck on your god rolls. Wish you all the best of luck with the challenge, and please, put me in a challenge, Mr. Beast. Thanks.